Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon Hartley and I have been following a ketogenic lifestyle now for 14 months and I have lost 76 pounds. So I am going to tell you about my journey and 10 things on my keto bucket list. If you are watching from YouTube, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate your support. And welcome to those who are returning again. I hope that you are enjoying all of my videos, my keto lifestyle videos. And if you would like to be notified of any of my future videos, please press the bell button below so that you are notified. If you are watching from Facebook on my keto journey, hi guys. I hope that you're having a wonderful Monday. I know I am. So I'm going to be sharing with you 10 things that are on my keto bucket list and 10 things, some of those things I have already accomplished. So I have them written down. My number one was getting into my seat on the plane so I didn't need to have a seat extension. Now, back in 2011, I was going up 300-pound mark. That was when I was getting around 250, the 250 mark. And that was when I married my husband in August of 2011, August 2nd. And it's been 7 years this year. So, wow, 7 years of being married. It just feels like yesterday. But when I got up to the 305-pound mark, I was always going to go back and see my mom in my country, and it had been 6 years since I had seen her, and I knew that if I didn't do anything about my weight, that I would need that belt extension and that I wouldn't be able to fit in my seat. I would be so uncomfortable on that 13-hour flight from LA to Melbourne. 13 hours is completely, wow, it's long. It's long. So you want to feel comfortable in your plane seat, and getting up, I wanted to get up out of my seat, not have swollen legs or feet, because I used to get swollen feet on long trips in the car, even just 4-hour trips, not very long, but I'd have to always get out and walk. And this time I had actually, when I was doing my trip to Australia, I actually got the circulation stocking hose, and that was good because that really worked. But I noticed when I didn't get up and walk around, my feet would still swell up in the socks. So if you travel a lot and if you travel a lot of those hours on one plane, get yourself some of those hose socks because they really do save your life from blood clots, DVT, all that kind of thing. But, you know, I've always kind of been really embarrassed to have to just not even have enough, just sort of suck my belly in just to get my seatbelt on. It was embarrassing. And I have had people who were way bigger than me, and sitting next to me, and I could see they were so uncomfortable. They were like this, and that's how I was getting. I was having to shrivel up my shoulders, and they do make airplane seats now so small because they actually have added in more seats. That's what they try to do. They try and sell as many seats as they possibly can for a flight. So my belt was all the way across. I had this much belt across my waist, and I was proud of myself. That really showed me how far I came. So that was one that I crushed. That was my one goal to, when I was going to get down, I was going to take a picture of that. I took a picture of that. And I'm just so proud of myself. So number 2, and I have crushed this goal as well, was roller coasters. When I was a kid, my stepdad and I used to go on all the crazy roller coasters, the upside down ones, the ones that go upside down, around, go 15 seconds. Oh, it was crazy. I just love that adrenaline rush. But, you know, I thought to myself, no way could I go on a roller coaster at 305 pounds because my heart and blood pressure was getting up to the 130s, 140s, which was getting into hypertension mode. Also, I was having back-related issues as well. I had 4 bulging discs in my back, and one was sort of degenerating, and it was because of my weight. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to fit in a roller coaster with the bars that come over you. I knew there would be no way that I would be able to do that. So recently, when I've been in Australia with my mum, we went to Queensland, Australia. We went to Movie World, SeaWorld. Movie World and SeaWorld were the ones with the roller coasters. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this. My mum, she's not too keen in doing all that because she has back problems and she has arthritis problems, and she just doesn't like fast rides. I tried to get her on them, but she just didn't want to do it. So I went on my own, and I thought, oh, going on my own is not going to be that exciting. I've always kind of liked someone with me. But hey, it was exciting. So the roller coasters that I did was, one was like a jet ski boat, a jet ski actually, and it went around, and it, oh my gosh, my heart was jumping out of my throat. It was so fast, and you were like turning like this, and you thought you were going to hit a rock, and but when they put the bar down over my thighs, I thought, wow, I can actually fit in here. And I'm telling you, I just fitted in there. Like, I had a little bit of room, but I just fit in there. And I thought to myself, if I hadn't have lost all that weight on my thighs, because my thighs have always been big, I've always had big thighs. And I actually spoke about my thigh meltdown in Target in the change rooms in a previous video. I actually cried about it. But getting back to my thighs, so it fit over my thighs, and I was like thinking, wow, and actually I told the girl that was sitting right next to me, because you go in pairs, how much weight I'd lost. And I said, if I had been at 305 pounds, I wouldn't have been able to fit here and enjoy this ride. So that was one of them. Then the next one was it was like a jet ski boat, like a rescue boat, and that was really cool because it was in the water, and it like went up really high. You could see the scenery of Queensland, beautiful, beautiful beaches and all the high-rise skyliners buildings. It was beautiful. But then you go down, woo! And it was just so amazing. You put your arms up, and it was just so exciting. And then I did the Superman Escape ride at Movie World, and that went for 15 seconds. I was in the front. One girl was like, is this your first time on this ride? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, boy, you're in for a treat. And, I loved it. I didn't think it was all that bad, really. When I was on the ski boat one, I felt a little dizzy when I got off. I felt sort of a little wonky, but then that went away. So, I wasn't freaked out that I was having any kind of dizziness or anything like that. So then I went on another ride. It's called Asylum Ride, and it's where you sit in a harness, and it's you've got a seat, but you sit in a harness. It's got belt straps here, and you're clipped down below. And oh my gosh, it went around, upside down, turned you all ways. I had to close my eyes, and I was praying, saying, get me off, get me off. I have been on many, many roller coasters in my life, but that was one of the worst. One of the worst. And when I got off, I felt sick. Like, I obviously didn't throw up, but I felt sick. I was actually next to a young boy. There was a school excursion to Movie World that day, so there were a lot of kids, and oh gosh. But I'm glad I did it, because I never would have been able to do it at 305 pounds. No way would I have even felt comfortable. I would have felt embarrassed. Actually, they did have, they could there's like a thing where you pay and they take your photos, but it was like $20 each ride. And I did actually, my mum actually did take photos of me, the ones that she could. Then I went on, the first one that I went on was a Batman ride. And it was a huge tower, and it would just phew up in the air, and then it would drop down. And you could, I mean, that was pretty good. Like, I didn't think it was all that thrill-seeking, but I was sort of worried because that was my first one, and I thought, oh, you know, what if I start having blood pressure-related issues and, you know, my weight and everything? What if that, you know, I struggle? Oh, that was a kid's ride. It was just, that was nothing. I just like, yeah, I was like, I'm ready for the big time rides. So they were the roller coasters that I had done in Queensland, and I'm looking forward to going to Carowinds because I live in North Carolina and I'm near Carowinds there, and I've never been before, so I'm looking forward to doing all of those roller coasters. So yeah, let's do some more roller coasters. Number 3, hiking. I have done hiking in the past, and I have mountain climbed in the past. I had told you this in a previous video of mine that I had hiked Cradle Mountain, but I only got halfway up because of my weight. I couldn't do any more, so I came back down, which I wish I had gone up to the top because coming down was just as hard as going up. So I really would love to mountain climb and hike, but I know that I need to get more fit to do that. And what the great thing about hiking is it gets your blood pumping, you're enjoying the scenery and the wildlife and the woods and whatever. And I live in North Carolina, so we're near Grandfather Mountain and all the mountains there, Mount Mitchell, what is some other, Tabletop Mountain. They all have trails, so I would love to hike through those. My husband can't do it with me, of course, because he's got rods and screws in his back. So, you know, if I find a friend that wants to come along with me, hey, let's do it. So the number 4 was motorbike, getting on the back of the motorbike. That has been my like dream as forever. And I knew at 3 or 5 I could never do that. Well, my husband had bought a motorbike a few years back. He bought a Honda Magnum, I think it's like a 94. It's beautiful, beautiful bike. Purple, my favorite color. And he had bought that when I was at 305, and he said, if you lose weight, you could get on the back, on the sissy seat, because it came with a sissy seat. The sissy seat can be put on the back of it. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried about, you know, bike accidents and all that. But I know he drives. I trust his driving, but I don't trust anyone else on the road. So, you know, I still do worry about us being a wreck, but I know that if we're in the country and on the quieter roads, then we'll be safe. So I know that now I'm down to 76 pounds lost. I'm down to 230 pounds, and I know that, you know, I can ride that now. Even at 250, I could get on the back of that. So, yeah, that's definitely a soon coming thing if he gets that sissy seat on. Really excited to do that. Number 5 is I have seen friends of mine do this, whitewater rafting, and it doesn't even have to be whitewater rafting, just rafting down a river or a stream. I would really love to do that. And I know I have to get more fit because if you fall out of your raft, then you've got to get back up. So I know that that's probably something that I'm going to have to be a little more in my weight. I'm going to have to at least get past 100 pounds. 136 pound goal is what my goal kind of was, but I don't really now have a goal. There's no end goal. The goal is to get healthy and to get reap all the health benefits from the ketogenic lifestyle. So whitewater rafting is definitely what I would love to do, and of course I'll be having my vest on and all of that. So, you know, nothing to worry about there. Number 6 was 5-mile runs, the marathon runs. I've seen my friends do the color run and all kinds of things There is actually, I think it was just recently, it was the 5K bum run. It was through Northeast Digestive, where you go and have your colon checked. They were having their 5K run, and I was invited to that, but I knew that no way, I wasn't fit to run. I could walk it. I definitely could walk it fine, but I'm not quite up to the challenge of doing marathon running yet, or walking even. But definitely that is something that I would look into the near future. I would love to do the color run. I would, because it's just so awesome. All the fun colors spray on you. Another thing, I don't drive at the moment, but driving, gonna get my learner's permit, working on that. I had failed the test once, so I'm kind of, the North Carolina DMV license is really hard, because it talks about farming equipment, because we live in a rural area, and I don't know why that was all on there, but anyway, go-kart driving. I've always wanted to get in those little go-karts. I have been bumper dodging car driving before, and that was a nightmare. I got whiplash from when I was a kid. I got whiplash on one of them, but I think as an adult now I would be able to go-kart drive, so I'm really looking forward to that. Might have to lose a little more weight, and that might be just near in the future, who knows. I don't want to put a time limit on it, because my husband sort of is the only one in the house that's driving right now, so like I'd have to have a friend do that with me. Walk trails, like I said, was number 8, walk trails. I definitely want to walk trails. Number 9, I have done this before, zip lining. I've done it and I've enjoyed it. And I've done it when I was much lighter as a kid, when I would go to camps and things like that. I've done it, and I've done swings and things like that. Flying foxes is what we call them in Australia, and that was amazing. So I'd like to do more of those. I'd also like to do like obstacle courses that are up in the air. I've done those before, but more kind of intense, going up ropes and everything. I used to be scared of heights, but once I get up there, I'm fine. I kind of, I get a little nervous once I'm trying to get up there, but once I'm up there, I'm like, what was I stressing about? So I know I've already done it in the past, but that is something I would like to do more of. Number 10 is going out on a boat, fishing. I have never fished before. We do have a boat that we're wanting to get out on the water. We're kind of getting things ready for it. I think I have to get my life jacket and my fishing license, even though I've never fished. If you do have tackles and reels in your boat and you don't have a license, you can be fined. So make sure that you get your fishing license from Bass Pro Shop. You can get them from there. And tubing as well in the back of the boat. My husband's kind of been like, oh, you should water ski. Who knows? I mean, I could water ski. But, I just love the water, it's relaxing. I've never been on that small of a boat before, so I don't know if I'd get sick. I don't think I would. Just enjoying the time, especially with my husband. That's what he has really enjoyed. He was a fisherman, and just learning about how to catch a fish and all the types of he used to do bass fishing and striper fishing, and I'm just happy just to catch a fish and put it back in the water. But I know my old hospitality days, we would be given a fish that was alive, and it was like, I just don't like things flipping around. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to react to that, but I'm going to like just lying down in the boat, because it's quite a big boat, and just to get a little bit of a tan, because this is my natural color. I am quite pale in comparison. Just to get a bit of sun and just enjoy the water and enjoy the peace and spend time with my husband, if it's with my husband that I go on the boat with, or, just something to do. But I knew when he bought that boat 2 years ago, we had bought it from Tennessee. We had drove to Tennessee, 6-hour drive, and then we got there and we had trouble with paying for it, so we had to drive back another 6 hours, so 12 hours in total. And My husband has rods and screws and a metal cage in his back, so it was a tough day to drive all that way. Now, I wasn't driving that at that time. It was 305 pounds, and when we bought the boat back, because it's always been in Tennessee, it's like a 1970-something boat, Allison Craft boat, and we didn't look at the weight limit, and actually, between myself and my husband, we exceeded the weight limit. So he was much lighter than I was at the time. I'm not sure what it was. He's always sort of been in the middle 200s, and so I knew for sure he would be fine going out on his own, but no way would I be able to get in there with him. At 305 pounds, I would tip the boat if he was going to be fishing and putting fish in the live well. That would be more weight. So now I know that I'm actually at my weight where I can go out on the boat. So I'm really excited. When we get that boat registered and we get it all cleaned up, we're gonna do it. So I will do a video. I'll take you with me on the boat and show you what we get up to, where we are. We're actually very close to Lake Norman, so Lake Norman will probably be the first lake that we take it to. And I know a lot of my friends, a few of my friends live in Ohio. I know there's state park lakes there. I'm not sure if you can put the boat in state park lakes, but and Tennessee, I'm not sure if we would go back to Tennessee, but we've got local lakes around here. You worry, and my husband knows a lot of the lakes because he's fished in every one of them, Florida, everywhere, all over the place. So that is my 10 things on my keto bucket list. If you would like to share your 10 things on your bucket list that you want to do for your keto journey, please share them with us. I would love for you to share them with us. I got this idea from Sandy's Losing It on YouTube. If you haven't checked out her page or her YouTube channel, her Facebook page is Sandy's Losing It Keto Style. Check that out. And if you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, it's Sandy's Losing It. And she went through her 10 things on her bucket list. Some are similar, some are different. It's just interesting to see how everyone wants to get to their goal and reach it. And she has done some of those things on her list. So it's exciting. So check out her channel. If you have liked this video, please press like. If you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to be a subscriber of my channel, please press subscribe. I appreciate all of your support. And if you want to be notified, press that bell below. You'll be notified of any future videos. I hope that you have a wonderful Monday. Comment on your 10 bucket list. I would love to know. Maybe there's something that I would like to do in extend my 10 list. Okay, guys, Keto On. Bye-bye.